got session 2 going in. So we're going to talk about life after fat loss. All of you have experienced fat loss. We're going to talk about what does it look like afterwards. Fat loss isn't the finish line. It's the doorway to your real transformation. So the brutal truth, 50% of people that lose weight, they gain it back 2 years after. 80% of people gain it back in 5 years. Only 20% of people keep it off permanently. So that's what you always see people, they lose, they come back, that yo-yo. And I'm here to make sure that you guys don't end up part of that 50 or 80%. The difference between success and failure isn't willpower, it's strategy. So what most people do, most people approach weight loss wrong. They diet, they lose weight, but they only focus on the number on the scale. They lose muscle, they're sacrificing their metabolic engine in the process. Metabolism slows down, making weight loss gain almost inevitable. Without muscle preservation, your body will pull you backwards every single time. This is why we strength train. This is why we PR. This is why we lifted those heavy-ass kettlebells out there and why we do so every single week. To protect muscle mass, preserve your body fat-burning tissue during and after weight loss. It maintains your metabolism, keeps your metabolic rate high so you burn more calories or rest. And insurance creates the foundation for lifelong weight maintenance. That leads us to the aging crisis nobody talks about. Hey, more than half of this room is 40 and up. So, anyways, after the age of 30, the average person loses 3 to 8% of muscle mass per decade, and it accelerates dramatically after 60. This isn't just about looking good. This is about whether you be independent or dependent in your later years. So these are the statistics. 25%, 1 in 4 people over 65 fall every year. Like, you're gonna fall, you're gonna trip, you're gonna lose your balance, and you're gonna fall. 38,000 of those falls, they end up in death. Because 25% of people that have a hip fracture, they die within 1 year of the injury. Like, you fall and you don't catch yourself and you hit the ground and you injure your hip, you have a 25% chance that you're gonna die within a year. So this is why we do the things we do. Falls are the #1 cause of injury in older adults. Break a hip and the clock starts ticking. Strength training is your longevity game changer. 27% reduction in falls proven by multiple research studies. And now this is like your typical strength training. Barbell, machines, the type of shit that we do, single leg, stagger stance, kettlebells, the stuff that all of you guys complain about, like, that's way more than that 23%. That's gonna put you up like 50% reduction of you falling. It's gonna preserve bone density, protecting against fractures and breaks. 10 to 17% lower death risk. Strength training extends your lifespan. It's not just exercise, it's the life insurance. So, not maybe 10 years ago, we were at a family party, and my grandpa, you know, he was, I want to say maybe in his 80s, and he was drinking and just messing around, whatever, and then he woke up with it hungover the day after. And the day after, he got to go to the hospital because I don't know what was wrong, but in the hospital, he ended up falling from the bed. And then he hit his head and his hip, and then from there, the clock just started ticking, and a year later, like, he was just completely gone. And I always, you know, feel like almost guilty of that. Not because it was directly my fault, but, you know, if he wasn't One, if he didn't drink so much that night, I mean, who can control a man at that age? But, you know, as the young grandkids, we were like, yeah, like, you know, fuck it, whatever. And then that happened. And then I couldn't think about him strength training. Like he never did any type of lifting. He did maybe aerobics and stuff like that. And it always haunts me like, man, if he would have like had more strength, if he would have had more strength to catch himself and not fall off the bed, because he was trying to get out of the bed and he couldn't catch himself. He lost his balance and then he hit the floor. If he had more strength, if he had been strength training, maybe he would still be here. So it's your responsibility beyond yourself. Your family's watching. Your spouse, kids, parents, they learn from your example. This is not just about you. It's about the people in your circle. You're their teacher. The habits you model will either hurt them or save them. And technique matters. This is why we have a weekly form check. This is why, I don't know, you guys think I'm a form Hitler and I'm very like fucking on you guys. It's because it becomes a telephone game. And my philosophy is like, if you don't have your shit together, if you don't know why you're doing the things you're doing, when it comes to you teaching to your spouse, when it comes to you teaching to your wife or your son, then there's gonna be leaks. And then they're gonna get the consequences of it and maybe even get injured while trying to strength train. That's why I'm so hard on technique. So you're not just changing your body, you're changing the trajectory of your entire family tree. Every rep, every set, every day you show up, you're not just building muscle, you're building a legacy of strength, health, independence that will ripple through generations.